another video. So I was in Mostar in May of 2019 and I filmed this whole video and then I lost all the footage. Or so I thought, until the other day when I found it all again. I didn't find all of it. Some things are missing, but I do have most of the footage, so I figured let's make a video. So please enjoy this look back at my trip to Mostar from 2019. Still one of the best places I visited in Europe. Definitely somewhere that I always recommend people go to. So yeah, chuck it on the list of places to go when we all get vaccinated. Woo! Obviously this was filmed pre-COVID, which is why I am in Europe and not wearing a mask. Also watching these clips back, I can really see how I have improved in my filming style. I feel like a lot of the shots I was kind of too nervous to talk properly, or I was just not comfortable in front of the camera, and it really shows. So I'm gonna do a little bit of voiceovers here and there. I'm gonna come back in with my 2021 self with a few little notes and summaries and things that I just like didn't say when I was there because I didn't want to be filming in front of people, or I was just like really uncomfortable in front of the camera. All right, enjoy. So I am currently in Mostar, which is a city in the south of Bosnia and Herzegovina, in the Herzegovina area of the country. Honestly, before I came, I had no idea about this place. Like, I really didn't know anything about Bosnia in general, let alone Mostar. The city is great. It is perfect for backpackers. Number one, it's cheap. All right, just me from the future wanting to pop in and say that when I say cheap, I mean relatively less expensive than Western Europe and other places that I'm used to traveling. I'm not saying the country is cheap, I'm just saying that I spent less money there as a traveler than I would in, say, Italy, France, England, etc. Accommodation is less than 15 Australian dollars a night, so like less than 10 euros. And you can get ice cream for like 50 euro cents. Oh, it's perfect. It's like my dream place. Two is that there is so much stuff to do here. It's a perfect place to come if you like getting out of the city and getting into nature. There's beautiful waterfalls. There's so many mountains that you can hike up. There is so much history in this town. So every city I went to in Europe, I always tried to do a city tour, and the one in Mostar was incredible. So it's called the Shiva Walking Tour, and it's by this guy who grew up in the city. He's got a really big beard, so he's very distinctive. Like, locals will be like, you should do the beard walking tour. And it's just amazing because he gives you a really, really good history of the city. So there was a huge war here at the beginning of the 1990s, and there was a lot of people killed, a lot of houses destroyed, a lot of buildings destroyed, and then it left all of the citizens really, really poor for the most part. So there are still a lot of buildings that haven't been rebuilt. So you're sort of walking through the city and there's these hollowed out shells of buildings that still have bullet holes in them. And then across the street, there's like grand, beautiful new buildings. It's very, very jarring, but it's worth seeing. I'm not saying like it's a tourist destination because of the effects of war, but I'm saying going on this tour and hearing the first-hand stories from this guy was super, super interesting, and definitely something you should do to sort of get context for the city and its history. Cheers. Oh, this is 70% alcohol. It's disgusting. It tastes like nail polish. I want to die.
Water, which you can use to cleanse your palate before and after your coffee. You have some Turkish Delight with rose petal flavor because it's custom to have something sweet with the coffee. In this spot, there's a second time for you to pour. As you're pouring for the second time, you have to observe the stream of coffee that comes out of coffee, and that's how we urge you to try it.
Oh my god, let's quickly talk about food in Bosnia because it is so good. It's pretty similar to the rest of the Balkans. There's a lot of meat, there's a lot of stews, really hearty food with lots of vegetables. One of the things that I love the most were these cabbage leaves which were stuffed with mince and vegetables, kind of like the Greek dish, which is similar. I love mashed potatoes there as well, which I love, so that was great. The food is very inexpensive compared to other places in Europe. Actually, I found that, like, especially traveling by myself, it was a lot cheaper to eat out at restaurants than it was to go to the supermarket and buy food to cook with, which is pretty amazing. the hostel that I'm staying at is Maida's place, and it's run by this Bosnian woman who basically started off in her own home and now it's in like an actual hostel building built to be a hostel. And honestly, it's just like staying at your aunt's place. It's amazing. Wake up in the morning and they give you a cup of tea and they say sit down, and then every morning she makes breakfast and it is so good. Like the food this morning, it was this kind of like French toasty kind of thing and porridge. It was truly delicious. I don't want to leave, mainly just for the breakfast. Just like a really cozy, lovely space. It's got a nice outdoor area. Everyone here is super friendly and it's a really good place to just chill out and meet people and do fun things. Most days there is a tour run from the hostel by Maida's brother, who is insane in the best way possible. His name is Butter. As part of the tour with the hostel, we went to this cliffside village that was, I don't know, maybe 400 years old. All these stone buildings, this amazing stone citadel that you can fully walk to the top of. And there's still people living in there. It's pretty amazing. There's definitely less. I think only about a quarter of the homes are actually inhabited, but it's a really cool place to just walk around and sort of like soak up the vibes. You get amazing views out onto the river. It fully looks like the beginning of the like Disney logo coming on the screen. And then as part of the tour, we got to go into this old woman's house. That sounds like rude, like I'm saying old woman, but it was like a grandma. Like she told us to call her grandma, and she made us these like biscuits and gave us this cordial that she'd made from stuff in her backyard, and it was amazing. It was such a good day. Even if you don't stay at the hostel, you can just like get the bus out to this place by yourself, but I would say do it on the tour because then you get to go to grandma's house and eat her cookies. Good morning. We're going on a hike. And when we left the hostel, it was beautiful blue skies and sunny, and now it's gonna rain, it's gonna thunderstorm, we're gonna get wet, but like we're gonna persevere, we're gonna do it. So we're hiking up to a fortress from, I think it was the 15th century, and we saw it from the ground yesterday. So we're gonna go see what it's like up the top. So I think that's where we're going. Found some puppies. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi. You guys are so cute. Oh my God. Did we pass a pile of stones? I don't know, she explained it so quickly. Alright, that fortress up on the hill, that's where we're going. I think we're on the right path, but let's find out. Okay, we thought we were following a path, but then I think we ended up not on the path, and not quite sure where we are, so we're just retracing our steps. Got to get up there, but don't know how. Stay tuned. Okay, it's fully raining now, hence my beautiful attire. These guys forgot their raincoat and we don't know where to go. So great stuff. Also, there are no guardrails here, so you can just... Whoa. Praying I don't drop my camera. So the bus back to Mostar was supposed to come at 2:30 and then it didn't. Apparently it went somewhere else. So now we were like, okay, we'll just wait another hour till the one at 3:30. So we're standing here in the pouring rain. We're like, okay, we'll go into the supermarket. This old dude is there trying to talk to us in German, and we can't speak German. And then he like came into the shop and bought us these packets of biscuits, like 2 whole packets, and you open it up, we have no idea what it was. We open it up and it's like these like cake things, even though the package looks kind of like yogurt. I don't know. Anyway, it was really lovely. So now we're just having a little like supermarket picnic and waiting for the rain to stop and the bus to come. Something that Mostar is really known for is this bridge. There's been a bridge here for literally thousands of years. It got destroyed in a war in, I want to say, the 1500s, and then they rebuilt it. So this bridge has been here forever, and one of the main sort of attractions for the bridge is that people can dive off of it. You can't just like waltz up and dive off, you have to go in and like get a permit to do it. But it's like a real daredevil thing because the water is freezing, the water is very fast moving, so it's dangerous, and it's about 30 meters up high, which is like pretty high. Like you see the bridge from far away and you're like, oh yeah, that's like a bridge, it's not that high. But then you get, because you can walk over the bridge and you can watch people jump off, but when you walk up to the top and you look over, you're like, oh shit, I'm not jumping off there. If you're Australian and you go there, literally everyone's gonna be like to you, oh, Hamish and Andy, because Hamish and Andy went there a few years ago and jumped off it. So most of the people who jump off the bridge are Australians. Not really sure what that says about us, but yeah. Okay, so one thing that most backpackers do when they go to Mostar is climb up the Sniper Tower. And I know I filmed it, but I can't find the footage. I just sort of have what I've got on my phone. So basically, this is a building that was built in the early 90s. I think it was supposed to be a bank, and then the war broke out, and because it was on the front line between the Serbians and the Bosnians who were fighting, they used it as a sniper tower. So basically, I'm pretty sure it was the Serbians would go up there and just like shoot at people who were walking by or who were crossing over the enemy lines. And now it's just this abandoned sort of building. I think it's about 6 stories tall, and it's very easy to break into, so everyone kind of goes in there, locals and backpackers alike. And it's got some amazing graffiti like on every level. It's all just like hollowed out concrete. You kind of feel like a car park, but with like holes in the floor, like full-on holes in the floor. Don't go in there if you're drunk, because I think a lot of people go in there to drink, but like it's very, very dangerous, so do not do that. But you get an amazing view of the city. It is kind of confronting when you go in there and you think about what that building was used for, but it is a pretty good experience to have when you're there. I filmed a whole thing about how to get into it. You basically just have to hoist yourself over a wall. It's not actually that hard. They make it pretty easy to get in, and a lot of backpackers do it. It's not like you're going to be there alone. You'll usually see a couple of other people there as well. So yeah, any hostel you stay at, you'll be able to find someone to tell you how to get in and where to go. So I'd recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this very, very belated video. It is kind of like nice to see how far I've come in terms of my bad filming. Hopefully I've gotten better anyway. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? I've got some good videos coming up. You can check out all the other ones that I've done in Europe. Restrictions are hopefully lifting soon, so we'll be doing some more stuff. If not, just hanging out in Sydney. Thanks for watching. Bye.